Ayah was abrogated. The majority of the scholars said that this ayah was abrogated by the ayah. What Allah said, يَتَرَبَّصْنَ بِأَنفُسِهِنَّ أَرْبَعَةَ أَشْهُرٍ وَعَشْرًا, shall wait for 4 months and 10 days. For instance, Al-Baqarah reported that Ibn az-Zubayr said, I said to Uthman bin Affan, وَالَّذِينَ يُتَوَفُّونَ مِنْكُمْ وَيَذَرُونَ أَزْوَاجًا, was abrogated by the other ayah. Therefore, why did you collect it? He said, O my nephew, I shall not change any part of the Quran from its place. The question that Ibn az-Zubayr asked Uthman means, if the ruling of the ayah was abrogated to 4 months, then what is the wisdom behind including it in the Quran, although its ruling has been abrogated? If the ayah remains after the ayah that abrogated it, this might imply that its ruling is still valid. Uthman, the leader of the faithful, answered him by stating that this is a matter of the revelation, which mentioned these ayat in this order. Therefore, I shall leave the ayah where I found it in the Quran. Ibn Abu Hatim reported that Ibn Abbas said about what Allah said, وَالَّذِينَ يُتَوَفَّوْنَ مِنْكُمْ وَيَذَرُونَ أَزْوَاجًا وَصِيَّةً لَأَزْوَاجِهِمْ مَتَاعًا إِلَى الْحَوْلِ غَيْرَ إِخْرَاجٍ, without turning them out. The widow used to reside and have her provisions provided for her for a year in her deceased husband's house. Later, the ayah that specified the inheritance abrogated this ayah, and thus the widow inherits 1/4 or 1/8 of what her husband leaves behind. Ibn Abu Hatim also related that Ali bin Abu Talha stated that Ibn Abbas said, when a man died and left behind a widow, she used to remain in his house for a year for her iddah, all the while receiving her provisions during this time. Thereafter, Allah revealed this ayah, وَالَّذِينَ يُتَوَفَّوْنَ مِنْكُمْ وَيَذَرُونَ أَزْوَاجًا يَتَرَبَّصْنَ بِأَنفُسِهِنَّ أَرْبَعَةَ أَشْهُرٍ وَعَشْرًا, shall wait for 4 months and 10 days. So, this is the iddah of the widow, unless she was pregnant, for her iddah then ends when she gives birth. Allah also said, وَلَهُنَّ الرُّبُعُ مِمَّا تَرَكْتُمْ إِن لَمْ يَكُنْ لَكُمْ وَلَدٌ فَإِن كَانَ لَكُمْ وَلَدٌ فَلَهُنَّ الثُّمُنُ مِمَّا تَرَكْتُمْ. Share is 1/4 if you leave no child, but if you leave a child, they get 1/8 of that which you leave. So Allah specified the share of the widow in the inheritance, and there was no need for the will or the nafaka, which were mentioned in. Ibn Abu Hatim stated that Mujahid, Al-Hasan, Ikrimah, Qatada, Ad-Dahak, Arabi, and Muqatil bin Hayyan said that the ayah was abrogated by Arba'ata Ashhurin wa Ashran. Al-Bukhari reported that Mujahid said that وَالَّذِينَ يُتَوَفَّوْنَ مِنْكُمْ وَيَذَرُونَ أَزْوَاجًا used to be the iddah, and the widow had to remain with her husband's family. Then Allah revealed, وَالَّذِينَ يُتَوَفَّوْنَ مِنْكُمْ وَيَذَرُونَ أَزْوَاجًا وَصِيًّا لَأَزْوَاجِهِمْ مَتَاعًا إِلَى الْحَوْلِ غَيْرَ إِخْرَاجٍ فَإِنْ خَرَجْنَ فَلَا جُنَاحَ عَلَيْكُمْ فِي مَا فَعَلْنَ فِي أَنفُسِهِنَّ مِنْ مَعْرُوفٍ, without turning them out. But if they leave, there is no sin on you for that which they do of themselves, provided it is honorable. So, Allah made the rest of the year, which is 7 months and 20 days, as a will and testament for her. Consequently, if she wants, she could use her right in this will and remain in the residence. Or, if she wants, she could leave the house after the 4 months and 10 days have passed. This is the meaning of what Allah said. غَيْرَ إِخْرَاجٍ فَإِنْ خَرَجْنَ فَلَا جُنَاحَ عَلَيْكُمْ, leave, there is no sin on you. Therefore, the required term of iddah is still unchanged. Atta quoted Ibn Abbas, this ayah has abrogated the widow spends the iddah with his family, so she spends her iddah wherever she wants. This is the meaning of what Allah said, غَيْرَ إِخْرَاجٍ. Atta also said, if she wants, she spends the iddah with his family and resides there according to the will. If she wants, she is allowed to leave, for Allah said, فَلَا جُنَاحَ عَلَيْكُمْ فِي مَا فَعَلْنَ. Atta then said, then the inheritance came and abrogated the residence. Hence, the widow spends her iddah wherever she wants and does not have the right to residence anymore. The statement of Atta and those who held the view that the ayah was abrogated by the ayah on the inheritance is only valid for more than the 4 months and 10 days.